podcast. Join us as we dissect the news. I'm Dan Cyan.
And I'm Jake Flalo. That was really gay, wasn't it? You said it would be a bit gay, and I would say it was a bit gay if it was gay, and it was.
Yeah, but hey ho, hopefully over time it will become
less gay.
Again, we're drinking, so you may hear cans rattling and burps, etc.
Lots of burps. What?
Quick thing, I got a loot crate. I just showed you my loot crate, but
The first loot crate you got, isn't it?
yeah,
Have you had one before?
It's the first one in the UK. First one that you can buy in the UK.
Oh, so you signed up as soon as it became available in the
Literally,
UK,
as it became, as soon as they put the tweet out and said we're now in the UK, I was like, I'll buy it. For those of you that don't know, Loot Crate is a monthly subscription service where you pay, I think it's like 15 quid, and they send you a package with loads of gaming and nerdy related goodness. And this was Bravest Warriors theme. Great cartoon on the internet, you should watch it. Made by people at Adventure Time.
Yeah, what's his name? The dude. I've forgotten his name, it's in the back of my head, never mind.
It's brilliant. I don't know how you haven't watched it all.
I have watched it all.
All?
Have you
been watching the new series that started?
There's a new series?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know there was a new
Yeah,
series.
the new series is pretty good. Let's say it's pretty good. It's setting up for a bigger storyline, so the individual stories don't make much sense, but
Okay.
at least Lancashire's gone. Spoiler.
What have you been playing this week, Dan? I don't care. I want to talk about what I've been playing.
Titanfall beta, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
we'll talk
playing.
about that later, but I have been joining in with the world's biggest Let's Play. I suppose you could call it.
Oh, so have I.
Twitch plays Pokemon.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
I think that I might have played a part in being responsible for running away from Snorlax so we can't catch it now. People are like, oh, we got to catch it in the thing. I was thinking, that means so many people are going to try and not catch it. It was on Anarchy at the time, so...
Yeah. Well, those of you who don't know, some dude programmed... He got an emulator, so Pokemon Red can be... Is it Pokemon Red?
It's Red.
Yeah. Red. Can be played on a computer, and basically in the Twitch stream, the live streaming service of the game, he's put it so any commands that you type in the text box gets put as inputs for the game itself. So, for example, if you type up, the character goes up and down. But when there's thousands of people doing it, and I think there's now like... I'm going to check how many people are in there now, but there's thousands of people.
When I last looked, it was nearing 61,000.
God, jeez, there's a lot of people trying to play one game of Pokemon.
I know.
And just
It started off...
71,741 people are playing it right now.
Wow. It started off as sort of, I suppose, just Anarchy mode.
Yeah, it didn't have a... Right, so it ended up there was like a 24-hour period where it was stuck against a wall because everyone was typing up, down, left, random controls, and of course it didn't get out of the room or go where it's meant to go because as soon as one person does something, someone counteracts it. So he put in a feature that's Anarchy or Democracy.
And you can vote by typing in Anarchy or Democracy.
And once one of them gets a 75% vote, it goes to that
System.
it's a system. So Democracy, every 10 seconds it takes the most voted command, i.e. up, down, A, B. Oh, sorry.
And in Anarchy, it's
Just
as
a
it
free
was
for all.
when
Just a free-for-all.
whatever command is put in will be taken.
The amount of Pokemon that die on it, like, faint, just like, Jesus.
And the religion thing that has come out of it, with the fossil.
It's more like the story that people are making to surround the random actions that are happening.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like, when there was just... The only item that they had, or the one at the top anyway, was the Helix fossil. Because, of course, you get to choose, and that took ages to choose. Because people were like, no, I don't want that one, I want the other one. And that took ages. So the Helix fossil became, like, the god. And every time they click on it, that's sort of like consulting it. And people, like, in mid-battle, will be trying to go into items to click on the Helix fossil to consult it.
Just weird.
It is. But it's fun. It's cool.
So we're now going to... Pokemon, nope, cancel. We're now going to change Pokemon. Oh, yeah, they've changed from a Pidgey named something to... Is that a Bloom? Yeah.
Isn't it a Pidgeotto named AABBAAAJS?
Oh, is it Bloom? Is that the Pokemon?
I don't know.
Gloom or Bloom, it's something like that. Just fainted.
They nicknamed that just as Abba Jesus or Bird Jesus because he's the prophet. Or the false prophet, as some people like to say.
This is torture watching this. It's just awful.
I know. How long has it been going now? It says the time at the top.
Oh, 8 days, 16 hours and 35 minutes and 58 seconds.
It's been going for that long. And they have 5 badges at the moment, I think.
No, that's not bad for 100 monkeys trying to type Shakespeare.
Continuously for 8 days, though.
Yeah, but it's weird. I've been doing that as well. Oh, I'm not so much taking part. Well, I did. Every now and again, I'm like, democracy, democracy, democracy. Because
it gets annoying or not.
Because whenever I'm in it, they're just walking into a wall. It's like, go the fuck around the
But
wall.
the thing is, when you're on democracy, you get a lot of people voting for start 9, which, like, you can put a number in it, and it'll be press that button this amount of times. So start 9 means press start for 9 times.
Why?
Because there's, between that
Why would
once,
you do that?
for the 10 seconds that it's taking. That's it. Because people just want to mess shit up. So it's better on anarchy under some circumstances, but if everyone's getting really annoyed, everyone starts voting for, like, democracy so they can use democracy mode and get further in the game.
And then go back to anarchy, which is ultimately what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we've been doing. Not a lot, really. And said, time for beta, but as I said, we go with that. Next topic.
There has been a new Transformers game announced.
Surprise, surprise. If there's a new film, there's bound to be a new game. That's just what
It's
they
not
do.
a new film.
There is a new film coming out.
It's not based on the film.
No, but there is a new film coming out. That's what I'm saying. If there is a new
I
film...
didn't know there was a new film coming out.
No, half the games aren't based on the film, but if there's a film, there's a game. That's how they cash in on it. That's what they do. There's every time the new films come out, there's been another game to go with it.
What's the new film called?
I don't know.
I
what
didn't
it's
know it
called.
wasn't going to be
It was a Super Bowl advert. Didn't you see it?
No, I don't watch Super Bowl adverts.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't watch the adverts. I watched the Super Bowl.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't much care for American football.
Me neither. Didn't understand it either, but I thought I'd watch it.
Throw the ball. Throw the ball further. Throw the ball, and
I
then
think-
you start from the point where you've thrown the ball.
Yeah, basically, how far you throw the ball is where you start from the next one. You've got to throw the ball a bit further to get to the other end. And I'm like...
They have to take the ball and throw it the other way.
Yeah, it's... I don't understand. But it's also started a load of people playing Pokemon Red and Blue on Twitch again. Because there's...
But no one's watching it because everyone is on Twitch Plays.
No, loads of people are watching it. I mean, okay, no, not really. Not in comparison. There's 72,000 people in that one. The next one up is 800.
Yeah.
Pretty big jump. So yeah.
There was new gameplay shown and a trailer for Wolfenstein: The New Order. And this, at the end of it, said there was a beta for Doom for people who pre-ordered it. So Doom is confirmed.
Possibly a reboot.
Yeah.
I'd say it's most likely, really. Because...
It did just say Doom, it didn't say Doom 4.
Exactly. And I mean, there are a lot of people that won't have played Doom full stop. I mean, I haven't played it. I've seen people play it and heard of it, but I didn't play it myself. So having a reboot, I guess, would make sense to try and bring it into people's eyes again.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, the Doom games have always been, like, lacking in any kind of story, I guess, but people want a bit more story nowadays. And
It's a bit like Duke Nukem, in that sense. If it isn't story-driven, it's just sort of, kill shit.
the thing is, yeah,
And chew bubble gum, and
that's
I'm
it.
out of gum.
like, those old games that play, like, shoot stuff and then move to the next area where there's not much story because of the limited, like, capacity of what you could do at the time, means that they don't really apply well to now.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it.
Yeah. But Wolfenstein: The New Order looks good.
But that's the thing, because I saw it when I was at Eurogamer. I'd never heard of Wolfenstein before. It looked really cool, because they had, like, the robot dog things
Yeah.
that you briefly see in the trailer. They had one of them there, but it was, like, at least double my height.
Wow.
It was massive, and I was like, whoa, that looks awesome. And I watched people play it, and it looked really good. But because, obviously, it was there, I assumed loads of people knew about it, but since this has come out, I was like, oh my god, did you hear Wolfenstein? I'm like, well, yeah. It looks good. I don't know what it's about.
Oh, the
Germany.
story is amazing. This is one of those games that had some semblance of story because of the fact it's based during World War II.
I got Germany from it, that's all I got, because the entire trailer, advert, gameplay, clip thing, it was all in German. I was like, I understood that word I understood, that was English. Oh shit, the rest of it is German. I don't know.
Apart from at the end where it was awesome. Anyway,
Well, the chainsaw.
because Wolfenstein was a game that it also didn't have much story, but it was based on World War II, so you know there was Nazis, you kill the Nazis, and then some sort of story came out of it.
That's the nice thing to do.
Kill Nazis is a nice thing to do, and it will make games fun all the time.
It's one of those things that it's a bad guy that you don't need to teach people they need to hate, because it's actually happened. You don't need to come up with a backstory for it.
Although,
anyway.
looking at
However.
the trailer, it does look like these Nazis are still bad Nazis. You know, because it's
Basically, the good Nazis that gave those
well, you never
thousands
know.
and thousands of
You
Jews
don't know what would have
showers.
happened if the Nazis had actually won the war and taken over. You don't know what they would have actually done. Maybe they would have changed.
Is that the idea behind Wolfenstein?
No, basically they won the war, but they're still
So,
bad. Yeah, that is the idea. But they're not good Nazis now. They're still bad Nazis, and it shows you them being bad, evil Nazis. And
But the dude you control holds a chainsaw to someone's throat and is like, I'm going to start it up, I think. I didn't understand.
yeah, but it's a Nazi, so it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter, but I was like, whoa. Deep. Hashtag deep.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to killing some Nazis again, because you don't get many games where you kill Nazis.
It looked really good. I mean, it looked like there was a multiplayer mode on it.
I didn't see it.
At Eurogame, I'm on about.
Oh, at Eurogame.
That's what it seems to be people were playing. And it looked really good. It seemed, again, something different. A bit like Titanfall. It's just bringing something different to people's eyes, opposed to it's not just Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Yeah.
It looks good. It look. I'm looking forward to playing it. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not. Depends how they deal with the lead up to release, really. I mean, games I want to buy, we'll get onto that subject later, because I want to talk about that as well, a little bit.
Okay. The Order 1886 had a gameplay released and trailer as well.
Yeah, but it looks weird. Again,
I know.
I don't
At first, I thought the concept sounded really good.
The concept sounds really good.
At E3, I was like, "Oh, I want a PS4 for this game," but now I'm like, maybe not.
I'm not so hyped for it. It's sort of a case. It sounds really good, but what they're showing us isn't making us excited. You need to match sort of text excitement with visual excitement as well, and they don't seem to be managing that very well.
Yeah, like the dude said, "Oh, look, we're doing some cool things with the camera." Yeah, they're doing cool things with the camera, but
not really. It's sort of things that have been around for ages, just not in games and in this capacity.
Yeah,
it's not new stuff. It does look pretty cool in terms of that hasn't been done before. It's something different.
It's just like, oh, that's cool. It's not going to make me get the game though.
No, I've got to get this game. The camera angles are awesome.
I mean, fair enough, camera is one of the most important things along with control, and people don't tend to look at those things, but, yeah.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Shush, I haven't seen that movie, it's not fair.
Lego movie, good film. Rubbish game, though. It doesn't look like a very good game, I'll be honest.
Well, it's made by, I want to say Telltale, but I know it's not Telltale. What is it?
Traveller's Tales.
Traveller's Tales, that's the one, I always get them confused.
I'd get the logos confused.
Fair enough. In other news...
Other news. And that's not cows milking part news, is it?
What?
Has there been some news in milking cows? Other news? Other news? Other news?
Oh, that took me too long to get for it to be a good joke.
Don't worry, you can like, cut it out and people will never know.
No, I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in. Brilliant. That's going to be in.
Brilliant. Even better.
Can I get a dive kick down?
Dive kick! Dive kick!
Dive kick!
Dive kick news!
The Edition Edition.
The Edition Edition?
The Edition Edition.
I haven't heard this news.
Haven't you?
No.
There's a new edition for the game.
Give me the news, boy!
It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. This is the one that's coming to PS4.
Edition Edition? What's the Edition Edition? Edition Edition? I get caught off with my dive kick.
Basically, there's been like tweaks to character stats and stuff, and it's sort of like an updated game.
Character stats? It's a one-hit kick. Kill. End of.
I know, but some of them jump different heights, and some of them have different speeds depending on the jump and the.
Well, yeah, I don't care about that. I just want a character that's cool.
Yeah, but some are little tweaks, and some of them are massive overhauls. Like with a character called Baz, who is now called New Baz, because they changed him so much. It also adds a blind select, so I guess that means that I could choose a random character.
Yeah, random.
And you can use a D-pad in the menu.
Opposed to what?
You used to have to press the two buttons.
But we're not going to have the big control pad, are we?
I know, but you still just use two buttons in the game, and that would be the buttons you used.
Oh, whoa! I can use a D-pad! Awesome! Oh, whoa, amazing! Anyway, where's the awesome, amazing part of this news?
It's called the Edition Edition. That's pretty funny. That's pretty much it. We're getting on the Xbox One and PS4. That's all we know. That's good.
Which is awesome. But the way it's the Edition Edition, I think there'll be like a special edition where you get like a
maybe there
shoe.
Is. Maybe there's the Edition Edition.
Where you get a shoe.
A shoe. That would be good. Just one shoe.
Just one shoe, yeah. Not a pair, just a shoe.
On March 8th, at South by Southwest, which is an expo thing, I think. Yeah, there's going to be a panel.
You think? You didn't know that?
I think...
I forget how to say it, but I know it's like South something by Southwest.
There's going to be a very special panel.
Why is it very special?
Tales from the Borderland.
No way!
Yeah, we're gonna hear some new things about
That's going to be good, because obviously they announced it was happening, and they showed like a small trailer that people would have been like dissecting insanely. I've been keeping up with this because I like Borderlands, I really do. In both story, like storytelling, the story, the environment, like the world it's set in, just all of that.
And the art style, that's my favourite bit.
And that was one of the things that changed at the last minute as well. It was like a last minute change from.
And it was a good choice.
Yes, it was a very good choice. It very suits them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more details about it, to see where they're going with it. Like, is it set? Because from the trailer, it looks like it's set in between 1 and 2, but near to the start of 2.
That was me shrugging. That sort of
Yeah, well, because there's some posters with like Captain. Yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to new news. Next,
To new news.
some new news. Give me some news.
Microsoft have, in air quotes, started their competitive pricing thing.
What a bollocks!
It is basically a limited time sale on rights.
What on one game?
That isn't even. That's been out for ages. It's been out since launch, which is, it's not ages.
But there's no fairness, Jake. There aren't many games out for it full stop. There's like 10 times.
I know, but it's not.
But
You could
big but we're recording this on the 21st of the 2nd, 2014. In 8 days' time, no, 7 days' time, we get 2 more games.
Do they? Do we?
Yes.
Are they limited time things?
No, they're just new games.
Oh, new games. I thought you meant new games on the sale thing.
Oh no, we're going to get new like sale games every month or so, which sucks bollocks. That's not competitive pricing. That's like, oh, you know that sale thing we do occasionally? We're also going to do that on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's like, well, great, good. You should be doing that anyway.
In air quotes again, they're testing their competitive pricing thing. Not only is it a game that not many people really want.
That's not what it is.
There's a little game. It's a game that
you can find cheap.
You could find cheap, like used already.
Yeah.
So you'd probably get it that way.
And it's also a game that doesn't have much replay value. So, for example, if you've got it, I could borrow it off you for a week.
Yeah.
Play it, and
that's
then
how I played it. I borrowed it off someone.
Exactly. So it's not a game that's got a lot of replay value. Whereas like Battlefield and Call of Duty, because of the multiplayer, you're not going to give your copy away.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine if it was Forza, say, because that has replay value, because that's a racing game.
Or like,
and I can understand why it's not Call of Duty.
Or NBA or FIFA, like NBA 2K14 or FIFA 14, things like that.
I can understand why it's not those though, because it's Microsoft doing it, and those are Microsoft Studio games. But
yeah, okay.
If it's not, then
I didn't look at it from that point of view, but it's a very good point. Yeah, but compare for digital games or digital downloads, there needs to be some sort of pricing to prompt people to buy it. Because, for example, if I go into game, every purchase I make for 50 quid, I might get 3 quid's worth of points off.
Yeah.
Even if I use them every time I go in and buy a game. That's still 3 quid off a game, whereas if I go and buy it on the digital store, I've still got to pay 52 quid.
Yeah. I reckon about £5 less would be good enough for me.
That's enough to get me, like, if it's a game that I don't want a physical copy of necessarily, like, for example, if I get Thief, I won't mind getting that on digital.
Yeah. Speaking of Thief, there was the first gameplay of the first mission shown.
Yeah, I didn't. I've seen some.
It's now looking more like Thief and less like Dishonored now.
Yes. Now they've shown a wider scope of it rather than just a 10-minute video of the gameplay. Like they've shown a whole person going for a whole level.
Yeah.
The first level's pretty short.
Yeah.
But they've shown the different ways you can approach it, the different skills you've got, and they're not just sort of magical powers. They're just.
There's no magical powers.
Well, I don't know. I guess you could call the focus.
The focus, yeah, but that's
which is like when it highlights different things you can use in the environment, etc. But yeah, it definitely, with a wider scope, shows you it's not just things. And someone that said a good point that everyone's like, oh, it's just like Dishonored when it gave birth to that genre of games, really.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see it back again. It's nice. It brings it to people like me because I'd never heard of it before. Even when you're like, oh, Thief's coming to Xbox One, I'm like, what? What's Thief? I would imagine it's a game where you steal things, but it looks good. I'm torn up at the moment because I can't really afford to spend any games with Titanfall coming out, and the collector's edition is sold out in the whole world now. There is no way you can buy it.
So you're not getting it then?
No, I've already pre-ordered it, so I've got my copy. Yeah.
Ah, I thought you said you couldn't afford it.
No, I can't really afford it, but I'll find a way. But it's sold out, so it's worth loads more now. No, it's sold out. Price goes through the roof for them. But yeah. And then on the 28th of February, which is probably like 5 days after this comes out, you got Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
3 days after this comes out.
3 days in.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, you got Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare and Thief. Both games that I want.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Plants vs. Zombies. I don't know if I'm not going to get that at launch. I'm not really sure if I'm going to get FIFA at launch. I don't think I have enough money.
Well, I'm going to trade in a game. I know I said I was never going to trade in another game. But just to see me buy, because I'm bored of the games I've got. I need a new game. So yeah, I'm probably going to trade in one of my games to get one of those two. But I can't decide which one. Being you're probably going to get Thief, I'll probably get Garden Warfare, and we can compare if it's absolutely crap, and it's nothing like Team Fortress 2, which is what everyone's expecting it to be like.
I've seen gameplay and I don't think it's like that. It's like Plants vs Zombies looking at it now, but you play as each individual plant and you can set up like sort of turret things which
some classes can set up turrets. I wouldn't say it's like Plants vs Zombies because it's not a set area. It's like a Call of Duty map. It's like Call of Duty, but you're Plants vs Zombies.
I'm not sure if it has competitive multiplayer though.
It does.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard about that.
It does.
And sad news this week.
It's not really.
It's pretty sad.
Not really.
I guess.
Some people lost their jobs. Get over it. That happens.
Irrational Games is no more.
It is.
Sort of no more.
Basically, Ken Levine's gone, nah, next project doesn't need as many people. You're all fired / made redundant. Don't know which way he done it. But it's now like a studio of like 8 people, 15.
I think it's 15. 14? Somewhere around there.
Around there, so it's
in the
a lot
teens.
less people there now. Which is fine. It means they're moving to smaller things. But at least they're giving their IPs to other people to take on.
Yeah. Although, I was kind of hoping that they could go back to a small team of 15 people and make a System Shock free. Although, then again, Bioshock was a bit like System Shock free.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
Yeah.
But then again, at least they've handed over their IPs opposed to going, oh yeah, the IPs are dead now. Most people say that's a bad option. Like, some people are going to kill Bioshock. Like, say 2K done Bioshock 2 or heavily worked on Bioshock 2, which everyone hated. So they're like, they're going to kill the game, etc. Blah blah blah. And it's like, if they kill the game, they kill the game. Bioshock 1 was good. Bioshock Infinite was really good. I enjoyed Bioshock 2 regardless of what people said. I really enjoyed that still.
I think if it's likely that they're going to kill it doesn't mean that they shouldn't try. They might be able to do something good with it.
Exactly. People are like saying let it die in its prime, but I'm like, I'm not too fussed. Yeah, I'm saying a lot.
I think we should say why we didn't have a podcast last week. I've just remembered that.
Because we're recording on Friday and it was Valentine's Day.
Yes.
You up in London seeing a show, I was seeing the Lego movie, and Catherine...
She wouldn't have done it by herself anyway.
Yeah, she was probably in bed with her cat, her boyfriend, and a teddy of some description.
Okay. So, there is some news from last week that I want to talk about.
I've completely forgotten last week existed.
Continue. The new developer for Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, that was last week, wasn't it?
Yes, I can't remember what studio it is now. Oh, it's gone straight from my mind. All I know is that they helped on Modern Warfare 3, I think.
Yeah, no, it was 2, wasn't it?
2, 3.
It was on the Modern Warfare. They helped on.
It wasn't Modern Warfare 1. That's all I know. It was 2 or 3. Anyway, so now they have a 3-year cycle for making the games, which I think is quite good. And it'll be interesting to see a new studio's take on.
Yeah, exactly. Because Call of Duty, the name Call of Duty is really, this is the type of game you're going to make.
Yeah, but you can do whatever you want.
You go and do what or you take your interpretation of what this game is. A bit like, what was the game not long ago? A bit like Gears of War. Like, Gears of War is the name. When Epic Games made it, that was their game. And when People Can Fly, they changed it. They've done their own twist on what they thought Gears of War should be.
Yeah.
They didn't change it dramatically, but they put their own twist on it, which is what I think game studios should do. It should be what they consider the game to be, rather than what people want the game
Trying
to be.
to make a game like they would have done before. They want to make their own game.
Like Treyarch, they've got zombies, haven't they? That's their stamp.
Yeah.
Infinity Ward have the missions. That's really their thing, isn't it?
And they also have like the end mission thing.
Yes, they have that as well. But also, I feel that they do... Oh no, I'm not going to say that.
What?
That's going to give me a lot of hate.
No, just say it.
I feel that Infinity Ward do online a little bit better in terms of controlling it.
Yeah, the control is definitely better on the Infinity Ward side.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with some of the things they do, like the buying weapons, etc. I don't agree with that, but they seem to have, when it comes to execution and polish on it, they polish
and
it very well.
Their maps, I always love their maps.
I'm not too keen on their new ones, but
I haven't played the new ones.
they're very big, which is what I don't like. Because in Call of Duty, it's very much a fast-paced game. Battlefield, not so much. Bigger maps work fine, but Call of Duty is very fast-paced. You want it to be smaller. But then the new DLC are all smallish maps, small to medium, which is good. Back to what I'd call old Call of Duty maps.
Back in the day with Shipment.
Yeah,
that was a great map. I loved that map.
Yes, but things like that. So, yeah, the 3-year development cycle should be good. It gives more time to work on it.
Yeah, and maybe more time to work on a single-player campaign. I know a lot of people... I've seen a lot of people like, just focus on multiplayer, and
I can see one of the studios doing that, though.
I can see them doing it,
Titanfall has broken that barrier of, if it's an online game, it's crap. If it's just an online game, it's crap. Because you had Section 8, that was only online. No, there's never been a good multiplayer-only game, really.
No.
No big ones, anyway. So I can see one of the studios going, actually, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Now someone's broken
I
the
can
ice.
certainly see Battlefield doing it and no one having a problem with that. But I'm definitely going to have a problem if Call of Duty does that, because although I don't like the campaign of the recent games, I'm still holding out hope that there's going to be another Call of Duty 4. Not another Call of Duty 4.
You love the campaigns of the early ones, so...
Not really the only ones, just Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, not really anyone, just that one. That one was good.
That one was brilliant.
What other news you got? You got any other news?
No, not really.
Right, so as I was saying, I've got a dilemma of Thief or Plants vs Zombies. I want to play them both. Don't really have the money. Don't know what to go with. Titanfall I can't not get. Oh, Titanfall beta. We haven't spoken about it. The beta. The beta came out.
We got it.
We both got codes to get in before they made it an open beta. Then they made it an open beta. People would before it became open or anything. People were whinging they hadn't got their codes, even though you weren't guaranteed a code.
Yeah.
So they complained to Respawn, and Respawn were like, okay, we'll make it an open beta because some people didn't get the codes that we sent. However, how do people know they didn't get sent a code? They didn't get the code if they weren't. How do they know meant to get a code? It irritates me. I don't mind that everyone got in. That's fine. Don't care about that. It stress tests the servers pretty badly, and they went down a couple of times, which is good.
Yeah.
That's good. It gives them an insight. Well, it doesn't really. It gives them an insight to what it's going to be like. But I don't even reckon half the people that are going to play Titanfall were on the beta. I reckon it's going to be a lot bigger than they're expecting. I still reckon the servers are going to be not kaput, but have problems.
I don't know. After it became an open beta, I would imagine a lot of people would have got it.
No, I don't think they would have. A lot of people would have. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe 75%. I'd say.
I don't reckon that much. I reckon it's going to have problems. But anyway, it was good. It was a good beta. It had just enough variety in terms of weapons and customization in classes to
give people an idea of what the game's like.
And also to give you different ways to play with it, because I know people that got bored of the beta because they were only using one gun. It's like, we'll use a different gun then.
Yeah.
Like, I ventured into the Smart Pistol, which is one of the odd guns in the game.
Yeah.
Rather than just the Assault Rifle or submachine gun. I gave them all a go to see what they were like. And I was surprised at just how many different ways there are to play one game.
Yeah.
You can really play that game however you want to.
And in different maps, it becomes better to use different things. Yeah.
Like the Smart Pistol, which I tried out, it locks onto enemies fairly quickly, depending on whether they're pilots or like real people or AI, and shoots them. That works really well in the smaller of the two maps that you had, because you only had two maps.
That was Angel City.
Angel City, which was...
It wasn't so much smaller as it was compact with... There's more buildings.
There was the central area got very compact and was very enclosed.
Yeah. Which
forced people to take certain routes. Not necessarily forced them to take certain routes, but there were more routes that people were taking, rather than the open area of the Fracture, I think it was called, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Something like Fracture. Hey, enjoy the Titanfall beta footage that we've got playing. Hey!
Yeah, you can watch me be good at the game, because I'm actually quite good at it.
It was your first time playing that, wasn't it, the footage that we got?
Yes.
Yeah, so you might not be as good.
Not good at the beginning, but I'd say around about this time in the recording, I'm getting better.
And it's surprising how... I told you to skip the tutorial because I didn't want to play on my own. That's the only reason I told you not to.
Yeah.
But without the tutorial, it was really easy to get grips with it, but you found yourself still learning as you were going along.
Yeah.
Like, on the last day, I was like, hey, I'm finally getting the hang of this momentum in terms of wall running. Like, I could get around the whole map via the wall running and build a lot of momentum up and move further in each jump, etc.
You certainly get used to, like, because you jump and then there's a butt jetpack that pushes you up again.
I love the idea of a bed jet. It's just like thrusters on your butt.
And basically, you get really used to when you should press the button again to jump far distances.
Yes. And it's really good seeing people that are so used to Call of Duty coming into it, and you're like, ha, still riding along the floor, clearing out each room, and then looking out the window to shoot other people. It's like you can really see people that aren't used to it.
You can tell someone who's a Call of Duty player. You can tell someone who's very...
Not even that, because I'm a Call of Duty player, but...
No, but someone who is going into this expecting Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty with mechs. A lot of people say,
it's just Call of Duty.
Yeah.
New players in general, you can see them, and it's interesting seeing them play the game how they do, because they still do well, they don't do badly.
Yeah.
They just, again, it's a game that you can play however you want to play it. You can play it like that if you want, but...
There are loads of ways to play it, and that's one of the great things about it. Like, to take down a Titan, you can be in your Titan shooting it, you can use anti-Titan weapons, or you can jump on it and start shooting it in the head.
Or you can switch between the three.
Yeah, you can, like, do all three, and, like, I like to... Like, what's it called? Last Titan Standing.
Right, Last Titan Standing is every player that's an actual player, so the 6 people on each team, get a Titan at the beginning of a game. And basically, the last Titan you have to be the last Titan standing. So you've got to destroy all the opponent's Titans.
Your team has to have at least a Titan left and destroy all the other Titans.
Yes, basically. Killing pilots doesn't matter. They can all still be alive. That's fine as long as the Titans are destroyed.
Yeah. So, one of our favourite techniques is to use the nuclear ejection.
Yeah, there's a new... It's basically like a perk you can get in your class. So when your Titan explodes or detonates...
When you eject from it.
When you eject from it, it explodes with a bigger radius and is a small nuclear bomb, basically. Which is really good, especially when they're not expecting it, but after one round they begin to expect it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this game mode, for example, you started off by jumping at your Titan as soon as the game started and shooting Titans with your anti-Titan weapon while your Titan just roamed around.
Yeah.
And
that worked pretty well.
Yeah, whereas I will stay on my Titan until it's getting to a point where it's going to destroy it, then I'll try and take out one of their Titans with the ejection, and then start using my anti-Titan weapon then. So, or you can just ditch your Titan and not worry about it and go shoot other people and rodeo them, or you jump on the back of them and shoot them, or you can stay on your Titan the whole time. You can hide and try and survive rather than let everyone else shoot each other to death. It really is...
It's a game that's... There's no one way of playing it that will make you better than any other way. There is. If you cover your eyes and just shoot randomly, I'm pretty sure that's the worst way to do it. Yeah, but I'm saying that if you do that, that's not very skillful. You need to be skilled at the game. You don't...
Or learned. You need to be
learned.
Learned! You need to
know what you have to do to do things. You need to know...
Understand the buttons!
Because jumping on a Titan and shooting in the head is very good, but there's also that time period where you have to pull off the shield thing on their head.
And you need to be able to spot when... Because you can jump out your Titan if someone's on yours and shoot them off. So you need to be able to spot when they're coming out of their Titan to come and shoot you, or so you can jump off and shoot them rather than them kill you.
One of my favourite things that I've done in a game, like I did in the game, was I saw them get out, I jumped off, shot them, and then butt jet right back onto their Titan.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's so many different ways to play, and I like that. That's good.
Gives it a lot of replay value and stops you getting bored quickly.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, if you get bored of one way of playing, you can always go, you know what, I'm going to play this way now. I'm going to start using the shotgun. I'm going to use the smart pistol.
Or I'm going to try and not touch the ground.
Yeah.
I will not use my Titan. I'll just let it roam around.
As soon as I get on top of a building, I'm not going to touch the ground. That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, and there are so many different ways you can keep yourself going throughout the game. It's really good. And it's definitely, for a lot of people, excited them even more.
Yeah.
Rather than, that wasn't worth the hype. Which I was worried I had overhyped it, and I think I had for me, but I still enjoyed it a hell of a lot.
Yeah, because I thought that you hyped it quite, a good amount. Although I think part of me being a little bit sceptical about how balanced it is, because a lot of people are saying, it's so balanced, but it is so balanced and so polished. It's amazing.
Like, some people I saw in their first game, they'd get their Titan, jump in it, and run straight into the fire of everyone else, because they think they're going to be indestructible, and then they die in 3 seconds, because literally your Titan can be dead like that.
Yeah.
It's not as if it takes loads of hits to kill it. So, it was really bad. So lots of people whinging that it wasn't, but I would not say it was unbalanced.
No, it's far from unbalanced.
And I was lucky enough to try all 3 different Titan classes, because they have the Strider, lightweight with fast and no armour, Atlas with medium armour and medium speed, and the Ogre with heavy armour and not much speed. But they move slightly slower when they run, but it's not much difference. But you have what's it called? Thruster thing.
Yeah, sort of thrust.
And the Strider has 3, Atlas has 2, and the Ogre has 1. And they have different core abilities as well. And I got to use all 3 of them, which I was quite happy about.
Yeah, because you got burn cards for them, which I didn't, and I'm quite upset about that.
Yeah, burn cards, so you earn a card per doing things in a match, not the end of a
challenges
match.
will get you them. And
and you can take 3 of them into each match, and you can use them when you die, or at the start of a game. So, and they give you abilities like more damage for this gun, or you can call in your Titan and it has its core ability already available. You don't have to wait any time period. Take 10 seconds off a Titan, 80 seconds off a Titan build, extra XP, all different things.
Yeah.
And there are even more in the actual full game. And if you want to see any footage of the Ogre or Strider, Dash Cable, add it on Xbox Live, and I recorded a couple of bits on there.
I'm pretty sure that there's some of it there. I mean, it wouldn't be from your point of view, but you can see the Ogre and you getting into it and you playing it.
Oh, is that in this then?
I think so. If not, I can edit it into the play. If we don't record long enough to get to that bit, I'll try and edit it into it.
Well, we'll see. You can either check out my Xbox Live and it's on there, or we'll try and fit it in. Who knows? There is loads of footage on YouTube. I mean, Titanfall Legends YouTube channel, that has a lot of footage. That's really good. Jackson Dale, great guy. And I got to speak to the Respawn team because they're on a live stream on the last day.
And they recognised your internet handle, didn't they?
Yeah, they recognised my internet handle, and that's pretty cool.
Because you're so obsessed with the game.
I am.
That freak.
Yeah, but it was really good because the whole team were there playing the game. Not all of them playing the game, but like one of them in the room playing the game and asking questions and talking about it. You got lots of really good questions, some stupid questions, a lot of jokes. They're great guys, they really are. Like one guy was like, "Is there any fishing in the game?" And they're like, "Well, no. Sorry, guy, we didn't have time to build the fish AI." And I was like, "That's a brilliant." They're real people and it's really good. And then it turned into just, "Oh, Abby is so hot. Oh, Abby's so hot. Abby, do you want my phone number?" And it was like, wow, this is getting creepy very quickly.
Yeah. I think we should say thank you to, he gave you codes for the beta.
Oh, I don't know his name off the top of my head. Yeah, Nathan from Respawn gave me a couple of codes, which got me in, got you, got a couple of mates in. But that was just before it became an open beta anyway, so it was pointless, but very much appreciated, Nathan.
It was a couple of days before it became open beta. So.
Oh, was it? Well, thank you, Nathan, anyway.
Not they'll be watching this.
If you're, I'll message you straight after this and say, come watch it. So yeah, cheers again, and thank you, Respawn, for all your hard work on it, because it was really enjoyable.
We love you.
We love you.
Okay, that's enough kissing. Bye.
Au revoir, amigos!